Okay, nitwa Mozes Ishimwe, nkaba nari umucuruzi Kampala. Ku itariki 22 z'ukwezi kwa 12 naje gufatwa na muri Uganda. Nakoresha icyongereza?
Yes, no problem.
It's no problem. Yeah. So on the 22nd narafashwe na leta ya Uganda. Abamfashe bavuze ko icya mbere bamoye ngo sana Kagame, yeah. So bamfatira ahantu bitaga Bugorobi. Na mpamvu rwose nta kintu nakoze, na information na information yari yatanzwe kugira ngo sinashakishwaga na leta yabo, sina kintu kibi, na makosa nari ndimo definitely. Baramfata bamoye gusa na Kagame. Banjana kuri haje abagabo boherejwe na CMI ya Uganda, aho twari turi aho ngaho, banyambika mask. Aho banyambika mask, baranje kunyambika mask, banjana Buya kuva aho bamfatiye nari nambitse mask. Ngeraho banjanye, tugeze Mbuya. Ese marayo uko kwezi namaze, actually naruzinze count of the days kubera yuri muri mask. Itariki n'ibindi urabyibagirwa, biba bitagifite icyo bivuze, ubutakizi n'iminsi. So usanga bashaka bacikaga, bavugaga ko ndi spy, nje nago ndi spy w'u Rwanda, nago ndi spy w'u Rwanda muri Uganda. I was a businessman. I was working in Rwanda, in Uganda, and I had family, I had family back here. I had brothers here who followed up the case when I was in detention. In detention now, there is a chambere. Detention is if you've been detained, you are in a place where we was out baradushize, hari n'ahantu hegereye inyanja, n'ahantu utareba izuba, you don't see the sun at all, nta zuba ubona. You actually iyo bakuvanye mu mask yo gitoya n'ukujyanye akufata ku kuboko, kujya niba ushaka kujya kwiherera baba bagufashe kuboko, baba ari jerikana aho ngaho. N'ahantu habi cyane, hari n'abandi banyarwanda bahari nabonye. Na koga, naki, gukubitwa, gutotezwa. Ibyo leta ya Uganda yankoreye ntabwo byari ibintu byiza. Sinzi impamvu bamoraga.
Wenda turebye n'igihe bagufatiye, bigeze kubwira ngo naka ndagufashe kubera impamvu muri make bagufashe
ikintu hariya nago icyambere nago bakubwira icyo bakurenga nago bakubwira impamvu bagufashe ariko bakomeza muri interrogations aho ngaho abandi batuma abandi butareba mbese baraza bakakumvisha kuri spy bakakumvisha ko banyumvishaga ko na desertinze na desertinze ameyina hangaha na gisirikare nigeze njamo na ibyo byose bavugaga na kuri kwari kurimo bavuga ko na traffic indani bavugaga ko na traffickingaga ari prostitutes to Uganda ibyo byose ibyo byose nta kintu na kimwe nta kintu na kimwe cyari ukuri ubwo banshize mbuya habayeho interrogations zarimo gukubitwa hari abandi bakubitwaga narakubiswe ingumi boxing hari cables hari ibintu byinshi biriyo abandi banyarwanda nabo bariyo nagara hano heza icyo kintu kimwe haba njyewe haba any Ugandan haba nagari ikintu njyewe ngizimana ko navuyeyo nashima ko hari basis ya church nakoreraga na government y'u Rwanda na embassy y'u Rwanda ko bakurikiranye ikibazo cyanjye kandi n'abantu bari hanze bakoze social media campaigns kugira ngo bandikure ariko hari abandi batagize iyo chance bariyo numbers nshobora butazivuga ariko ni nyinshi ni hari abantu benshi hari abantu benshi cyane hariya
ikindi tubaza gatoya harimo gukubitwa inkoni na boxing mu kubitubwira waba gusabwa kuvuga icyo waba gusabwa ibihe bisobanuro iyo kubitwa
kunkubita gukubitwa kwarimo hari actually document zanje za document z'ibyangombwa ariko ni cyambere anyway in the first place hari kuba a state ikoze investigations ikazi pickinga but there were no investigation, they were not informed, there was no information whatsoever, so abruptly for me it felt like it was a kidnapping. It was kidnapping ku buryo I think ni ibintu bamenyereye gukora, especially that institution ni ikintu imenyereye gukora ni ikintu imenyereye gukora ku buryo iyo bakujejejeyo bambajije abasirikare nzi Uganda na gisirikare njyewe n'abasirikare nzi nakoranye na church mbaza church pastors mbaza musicians nkoranye nabo but why kubera cyo mbaza ni gute baba mbaza abasirikare bo hakurya ibyo ngibyo bigatuma none ukubitwa kugira ngo mvuge ibintu nafiteho epfo na rugo ibintu so I think that it is abanyarwanda cyo abari hakurya cyo navuga ko the truth is life there is not it's no longer secure for Rwandese who are living in Uganda. It's definitely
okay. When did you go watangiye wabaga muri Rwanda kuva gihe ni wari mbere ko gufata wari umaze wabagayo igihe kingana iki none tubwire mu ati nakoraga iki niki ndakira ko niba uko umaze bagusanze ahantu ntabwo tuzi niba wari watembera cyangwa wagize iki none twe icyo wakoraga n'igihe wabaga n'igihe utangiye kubera
nababwiye ko hari ministry fellowship church ya following yari n'umugore w'inshuti yanjye tuziranye kuri through church.
If you are comfortable.
But no, it will be better to use English because it cannot be.
Yeah, he's not communicating.
Yeah. You can give us in English to be better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm basically saying that there's a fellowship there, which is a Christian fellowship, based Christian fellowship, which I on that day where I was kidnapped, I would call it kidnapping because it wasn't an arrest, it was kidnapping. We had come for a meeting, an end of year meeting. It was around Christmas, and actually, how do you pay? How do you justify? How do you justify on a Christmas day and you pay us, detention? I think it's wickedness of the highest order that Uganda, that the state of Uganda demonstrated, and the reason was. So on the 22nd, I had been there for so many years. I had gone to study. First of all, I did a theology. I was doing a theology degree in a school in a US-based school that is based in Nakawa, here in Kampala, in Nakawa, and I had finished that. I was doing events, events management. We were organizing blankets and wine. My life wasn't really. I wasn't in any sort of dealings. I'm thinking that I worked there and studied there. Yeah. As I said, on the 22nd, I was picked from Bugolobi, from that church. Just away from the offices of the ministry. I was picked. I had gone out to make a phone. My mom had called me. I ran away. I ran outside. I left the gate because of sound issues. If you are a cameraman, you know how sound can affect your way of speech and whatever. So I went to talk to my mom, and on my way I met this man who wasn't putting on a uniform, who abruptly asked me what I was. I thought he stopped me to ask me for direction, because I thought when he stopped me, I thought he was looking for direction. He was the person who was lost. So I turned to him, and he tells me, "What are you doing here?" Okay, then it became, "What are you doing here?" I told him I had come for what. I told him, actually I asked him as well, who is this person who wants this sort of information, in what category are you asking this information? I wanted also for him to identify himself. So the story goes on, and he makes the whole subject so big. You can imagine what sparks all this. Something so small, like things. I definitely think that everything should have ended in Bugolobi. There was a police post there where we were, if they wanted, but because there is I didn't at that point. Because there is an agenda there, that they are selling, and that is why the lady said that you look like Kagame. So and he told the people that I called some of my friends, the person the lady I had come with at the church. I called her and told his phone to bring because they asked me for what? They asked me for my ID. The ID was in the car, just away from where we were. It was in the car with the lady, and I asked them, "Can we go and pick this ID?" It's not It wasn't a long distance from where we were. It was something from here because from where we were seeing the cars. So can we go and pick this ID? If you're looking for my identification, then let's go and pick it. They didn't want to do that. They didn't want to end things there because they wanted to tag me in whatever agendas they are selling, which in the long run, I think whatever agendas they are selling, in the long run, they masked me, took me to. They came in a taxi. They came. From where we were, it took like from where we were. There was a communication. I was forcefully told. This guy actually cocked the gun and asked me to move and go to their premises, and I moved. I went to the premises, and they took photos. But they took photos. They sent them. There came men who were about 6 men who came in a taxi, in a civilian, carrying guns, and they masked me. And from that day until the days I can't remember, I was living in a mask. I was harassed, beaten. There's so much hate there. I don't know why. I don't know what Rwandese have done.
ese kugira ngo babashe kuba babashe no kuza mu Rwanda hari ikintu cyaba cyarasabwe mu gutange hari ko byagiye simbizi cyo kugira ngo ngabo
wahera wene story yo kugira n'uburyo bakoreye ukayitubwira uhereye ku hari negotiation zakozwe none utubwire byari
Of course, like I said, the Rwandan government was following up the problem through the embassy, and there was, but also the church, the fellowship, which is Zoe, a fellowship, were also they're the ones that made the campaign, the social media campaign. There was a social media campaign in Uganda and in Rwanda, and there was a social media campaign in Rwanda here, but also in Uganda, to free me because I was being detained for nothing. My friend in Uganda who was with me at the event went and filed a case in the court, and in the court, this is something they did. For me, I didn't know what was going on outside, because in where we were, you were thinking of you're going to die. You're thinking about death. You're thinking about you're psychologically tortured. You are not actually. I didn't know what was really going on around what people were doing and how things were working out for me to be freed. So we actually, I was released. I was in Buya for a month. Buya is a detention. I was taken to another detention in Chireka, which is another. They call it. It's a police, but I think it's a police, but it's a detention. It's not a police. There was from Chireka. I was taken to Ruzira prison for a week, and in Ruzira I bailed out. Well, we bailed out for 2 million, and later on we had also to the system. you know, it's expensive. The justice there is so expensive. You even have to pay for justice in things that are very obvious. In things that are very obvious, like we had to bribe we had to bribe state attorneys for me to come out. You know, you know, it's I didn't know it is unheard of. There's no freedom. There's no freedom for. There's no. It's just a mask, but there is no really freedom. There's no. At least for me, when I look back, I see that there wasn't really any. I'm glad I came out alive, but I don't know. I was always scared, even when I was living there, because the same people who had gotten me in such a state were still out, you know. And you're always conscious that someone is going to come and kidnap you again, you know, because, and they will never be asked, they will never be held accountable, and I think that is just the system of Uganda. That's just, it's. Museveni's government is corrupt. I don't know that I don't know why he pays us. You know, he decided to pay me.
Moses, the last question. The Ugandan government claimed that you were on a hunger strike, even though you say that you were tortured either physically or mentally. What do you have to say about that? When we were leaving. I began falling sick. I was beaten. First of all, I was beaten at CMI, yeah. And when I was beaten, I fell sick. I got injuries, which later on CMI decided to. When they were dropping me off, when they were taking me to Chireka, they were getting rid of me because I was falling sick, and they didn't want me to. They didn't want the sickness to escalate in Buya, so they threw me to Chireka, and in Chireka, I always complained about the sickness I had gotten in that place, and the evidences were, every time I could eat, there were signs that I was sick, vomiting, whatever. When I was taken to get treatment, one of the people who is the I assume is the lead. It's the Akandio, is it Akandio or whatever he is? He said that he was going to file he asked me, do you think I can't file a death report? You know, I can't file a death report to Rwanda about you. Do you think I can't file a death report to Rwanda about you? But the thing is, why would you file a death report? What had I done? Like what was the reason for filing a death report for a person who had done nothing? Well, what sort of motive? What sort of person would even think about, you know, would such rage, such hate? It's. Did you personally meet Akandiho?
He told me these words that I'm telling you. He told me I'm going to file a death report. Hmm? Yes, I know. Yeah, he told me that.
So tell us, excuse me, you told us you sustained physical injuries. At which part of the body did you get those injuries, and how did you recover?
First of all, by the time, you know, I've been living in Uganda. Right now, I have healed. I'm not okay. I'm not. I still had the insecurity because of being there. I still felt like it was still insecure for me to live there. But then, in that process, I've recovered something. The people who saw me when I got out, psychologically, emotionally, everything about me was worse. I couldn't even talk, like I couldn't have a discussion with you. Everyone had, you don't know, I can't tell you what you can't understand it. It's only the people who you can't understand that. But I know that it's not. Of course, there are people who have come out with there are people I saw who they had injected with. They go to as far as injecting you with injections to get you psychologically to there were people who couldn't sleep because they're always horrified. It's terror. It is terror. It is a sense of death. It is for me. I was beaten, but I was beaten seriously. My ankle. I was held by 4 men and beaten. I was boxed. These are things that happened. But you can't show, if a person boxed you in January, I can't show that now because I've healed by now.
hari amakuru y'abagiye avuga wenda nko mu buhamya butandukanye bw'abandi bagiye bafungirwa Uganda bakavuga uburyo nka RMC ikorera muri CMI bakagenda abanyarwanda sometimes bakabakoresha no gushaka abayoboke bayijyamo se ntabwo wenda babinyuzemo cyangwa se no mu banyarwanda bafunganye wenda nk'uburyo bwo kubagira
I can't really talk about that because I was except the person who detains people, Rwandese. I don't know what agenda they have, I can't possibly understand their agenda, but for whatever reasons, their agenda is not a good agenda, and I think that what they do is that they are detained people they use, people. They are guys who are working for them and they are prisoners, and they have ideas they sell, which I could have bought in if I wanted to, There were those who said they couldn't come back because, but it wasn't necessarily they couldn't come back because of what? Because of the government here would, the government here would arrest them or would, detain them or whatever. But then there were those who couldn't, who was saying that. But their main thing was that they wanted me to buy in a thing of staying. For me, I came out clear. I wasn't anti-Museveni government. I've never involved myself in a demonstration or any political whatever of any kind in Uganda. But also, I had never done any crime here. So you can't tell me that if I don't think that you can't tell me to if I came back here, I would. Of course, they would always sell that thing. If you come back here, you're going to do what? You're going to be killed. You're going to be detained, whatever. But then I knew for sure you can't. I've lived here as well. Yeah, I've studied here, and I knew for sure that the truth is, I had never encountered. I've never been in a Rwandan prison, So you can't tell me that. Okay. You can't. In my world, I don't see it. It's not real, so I can't buy into it because it wasn't real for me. So yes, I could. I said I had either sides. I didn't have any crime, so there wasn't any point for me to run away, except
Thank you. I think that's enough for now.
twagira ngo tubaze ko bageze kutubwira neza ngo hari umuntu amukurikiranaga ese aba hari kugira ngo tumenye
arahari nawe ashobora no kubabwira mu burambuye no